Yo, what's up? My name is Petrowski, and today I'm going to try my best to show you guys how to learn every single type of move in PokeMMO. So I'm going to be using my friend here, Dragonite, to help show you guys some great examples. So Dragonite has a great move pool to use for this because I believe he has one of every type of move in the game. So we're going to be looking at this level category. We're going to see each type of move that exists in PokeMMO, or at least each method of learning them. So there's evolve moves, there are start moves, there are level moves, there are TMs, there are scrolling through all of them. There are HMs, there are tutors, there are egg moves, and then there are special moves. So now I'm going to run through each type of those one by one. Go ahead and check the video description or the video itself for timestamps if you're looking for a specific type of move. Alright, first things first, we have three moves that are pretty similar that we can cover. So let's cover evolve moves. This is basically a move that will be learned upon evolution of that Pokemon. So I'm looking at Dragonite. When Dragonair evolves into Dragonite, he will have the chance to learn Wing Attack. The next type is going to be start moves. Start moves are basically a type of move that a Pokemon can learn or relearn it every time, and anytime we'll cover relearning moves. Whenever they are at that stage, it means they can always relearn these moves. And then to cover the trio of similar moves, let's cover level type moves. So level type moves are pretty simple. Once your Pokemon reaches that level, you'll then learn that move. And if you have learned a move through level up in the past, or if you need to relearn a move through level up, you can do so. So let's go ahead and get into how to relearn a move. Alright, there's two important items to talk about when talking about relearning moves. So, the first one is going to be heart scales. A lot of players are going to use heart scales, and they are a fine option, but there actually is a better option if you have access to it. Heart scales you turn into specific NPCs and PCs of each region, and you need a certain amount of them depending on the move. They cost around 5k on the GTL right now at the current recording of this video. Now the next item is actually going to be mushrooms, big or tiny. Let's go ahead and show you both of them. So tiny mushrooms are worth around 1,500 on the GTL right now, and big mushrooms, which I don't seem to have any in my bag at the moment, are around 3,500 on the GTL right now as of this recording. There's a really important distinction to make between these items because usually it costs more Pokeyen to relearn a move with heart scales, but to use mushrooms to relearn a move in PokeMMO, you have to have access to Island 2 in Kanto. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and head there now and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So, if I were to fly to Island 2 with some mushrooms in my inventory, I can then head from outside of the PC to the east a little bit over to this house right here. Head inside, and here is the Mushroom Maniac. You can talk to him and trade in a specific amount of mushrooms per move, and he's going to help you relearn any move that any Pokemon might be able to or have learned in the past. If you have access to him, I heavily recommend you go to him over using heart scales. On average, it's going to end up being cheaper almost every time because you have to have specific access to Island 2 in Kanto to be able to reach him. But if you're one of the many players who don't have access to Island 2 Kanto, don't stress. In each of your regions, you can go to any PC in any of those regions, and you're going to see these two NPCs. Now, these two NPCs are going to come up again later in the video for another type of move, but there's going to be this green-haired fellow who is, I believe, green in Hoenn, and then I think he has red hair in Unova or Kanto, and then yellow hair in Sinnoh, and then blue hair in the other region. So he's going to be used for something else, but this gray-haired dude will have gray hair in every single region, so he's hard to miss. So he is going to be the one where you trade in heart scales to relearn any Pokemon. You can also forget moves with him, I believe for around 5k for each move. So very similar thing to the Mushroom Relearner, just has access to in each region. Alright, but I believe that covers everything for move relearning and pretty basic moves. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below and I'll try to help you as best I can. Alright, now on to TM moves, or technical machines. So, TM moves are pretty simple. You need to buy the TM, which is like an item you use and consume and use on the Pokemon, and use it on the Pokemon, and it learns the move. Simple as that. You can either buy the TM on the GTL for a little bit of an up price, but it's a bit of a convenience. So usually if a TM costs around 25K, you might find it for around 27K on the GTL. But it's always important to check the GTL first in case you need to move, because some moves might be really cheap on the GTL if they're not super used, but given out for certain things. So for example, Safeguard is kind of an item or a TM that can be gotten through goodie bags during events or like holiday events. And this is a TM that usually would cost 20K, pretty specific TM. Not many Pokemon run it, especially in competitive, but you can get it for around 1K on the GTL as opposed to the 20K price you might pay in a Pokemart for it. So first things first, I always recommend checking the GTL for TMs, and then after you've done that, you can either pick up TMs at specific shops and everything all over the world, or you can go to the Unova Mall. So the Unova Mall is going to be located left of Oplucid City. You can go ahead and fly there, hop on your bike, and head left. And there's going to be a great shop there where you can find every single TM in the game in one little listing. And it's super nice, super convenient. I come here all of the time to save money on TMs because I don't want to pay that extra 2K upcharge that some players might charge. So right here on the right side is the shop. He has every single TM in the game alphabetized, so you can scroll down. Super nice, super helpful. If you can't find either the TM you're looking for on the GTL or if it's overpriced, go ahead and come here and buy it from this dude. Alright, but that covers TMs, and now on to something quick and even simpler, HMs. HMs are literally just moves to kind of usually help you get through the storyline. You are given these moves in kind of HMs as permanent TMs. They're given to you by NPCs and throughout the storyline of any sort of region. So you do have to usually have received the HM in each region to be able to use it in that region. So for example, if you receive the HM Rock Smash in Kanto but didn't receive it in Unova, you're not going to be able to teach your Pokemon Rock Smash in Unova. Although you might be able to use the Rock Smash HM if you have it already on a Pokemon from teaching it to them in Kanto. I believe that might work, but that might be dependent on certain HMs, and I'm not quite sure on that one. But that's it for HMs. Pretty simple stuff. All right, moving on to Tutor. This is where it gets a little more complicated, but we've already touched on this vaguely, and I'll show you what I mean here in a sec. So, remember those dudes we talked to earlier with the funny looking hair? So here's the one in Unova with blue hair. So these are the dudes that are going to teach you any of those tutor moves. But you're not going to be able to pay for them with heart scales or mushrooms. You're going to need a really specific thing. So if I press Breloom, for superpower, he's going to need 3 black belt and 2 blue shard. For vacuum wave, he's going to need 2 blue shard and 2 quick claw. So each specific training dude is going to have access to a specific number of moves. This is where it gets really complicated. So each tutor in each region can only teach your Pokemon specific moves, and they all need specific items. So basically what you do is you figure out what move you need, and then go to whichever region can teach it to you. And I'm going to leave you guys a list, or try to record a list, I guess, live. And I'll try to search for a list and put it in the description below. But I'll also show you guys what moves can be taught in what region here in a second. But you need to find which move you need, find which region teaches it, and then get the specific items to teach it, obviously. So you can buy those items pretty quickly off the GTL. Most aren't that expensive. Some are expensive. It basically depends. It's a big supply and demand thing. The more useful a move is and the more commonly it's been tutored, it's obviously going to be a little more expensive to buy those items to teach that move. Whew, but anyways, let's go ahead and get into a quick list on what moves you can find in what region, starting with Unova. It's also here in nice alphabetical order, except for the moves that my Breloom can learn. So in Unova, you're going to find Superpower, Vacuum Wave, Air Cutter, Aqua Tail, Block, Earth Power, Electro Web, Foul Play, Gravity, Hyper Voice, Hypnosis, Icy Wind, Iron Defense, Last Resort, Magic Coat, Magnet Rise, Nightmare, Sucker Punch, and Zen Headbutt. Alright, now going in backwards, numerical order from 5th gen to 4th gen, we're going to talk to this dude in Sinnoh. So this dude is going to be able to teach you Snore, Synthesis, Bind, Feint Attack, Fake Out, Heal Bell, Heat Wave, Knock Off, Pain Split, Roleplay, Sky Attack, Tailwind, and Trick. And then the 3rd gen or Hoenn tutors with green hair are going to be able to teach you Helping Hand, Worry Seed, After You, Defense Curl, Draco Meteor, Endeavor, Fire Pledge, Gastro Acid, Grass Pledge, Magic Room, Nightshade, Ominous Wind, Outrage, Spite, String Shot, Swift, Water Pledge, and Wonder Room. Then finally, in the first gen and in Kanto, you're going to find this red-haired tutor who is going to be able to teach you Headbutt, Mud Slap, Thunder Punch, Ancient Power, Bounce, Bug Bite, Covet, Drill Run, Dual Chop, Fire Punch, Gunk Shot, Ice Punch, Iron Head, Low Kick, Seed Bomb, Self-Destruct, Signal Beam, Super Fang, Twister, Uproar, and Vault Tackle. So as you can see, you're going to need each region to have access to every tutorable move in the game, or you can hit up a friend or a teammate or maybe someone in trade chat if you're lucky who you can trust and try to get someone to tutor a move on you, on a Pokemon for you, if you don't have access to said region. Alright, that was a lot of work, so I really hope that was helpful to you guys, and if it was, go ahead and like the video and subscribe. Thank you very much. Now moving on to the next type of move. Alright, now talking about egg moves is just going to be a general kind of thing because each egg move is going to be specific to each Pokemon. And what I mean by that is to get egg moves on a Pokemon, you need to breed them onto them. It's the only way. If you have a level 50 competitive Pokemon and it's a fully perfect bred completed comp, but then you don't have an egg move on it that you find out you really need, like maybe extreme speed on a physical Dragonite, you're going to be a little screwed. You're going to be in a really rough situation, and you kind of just have to rebreed that Pokemon or accept the fact that your Pokemon will have less power because it won't have access to those egg moves. The first thing I do whenever I start any breed and in creating any sort of competitive Pokemon is I check to see if it has any egg moves that it might crucially need. Teaching egg moves to specific Pokemon is super specific to what egg group it's in and what Pokemon it can breed with and what it can learn with and what's going on. It's very complicated. It's very specific to each case and to each Pokemon. It's hard to give much more information on that. But if I were you, let's say you needed extreme speed on your Dragonite, I would simply head to Google and say how to breed extreme speed onto Dragonite. And that's the best advice I can give you, unfortunately, for egg moves. I hope that was enough, and I hope you guys, can get some help on that. If you have any more questions on them, please leave them in the comments below, and I will try my best to help you. All right, and moving on to special moves. Alright, now special moves are, who would have guessed it, special. And the only way you can learn them is by going to the Battle Frontier in Hoenn, which is located around right here on the map. And you want to bike up towards the Battle Tower Exchange Point system. You're going to need battle points to teach these Pokemon moves. So right now you can see I have around 3,700 battle points. I don't even think that'll be enough for one move. Usually moves are pretty expensive, but let's go ahead and check it out. So if we talk to this lady, she'll say, "Hello, I'm the special move tutor. I can teach your Pokemon moves that cannot normally learn in exchange for battle points." So let's go ahead and check Dragonite. So Barrier, which is like normally considered a pretty bad or useless move, costs around 7,000 battle points. Different moves are going to cost different amounts of battle points, and it's important to come here and check how many battle points you need when trying to teach a specific Pokemon a certain type of move. But that's basically it for special moves. They're pretty simple, but a little complicated at the same time. You need battle points to be able to buy them. There is a sort of exchange service where you can pay certain players to teach your Pokemon moves if they have the battle points required and pay for them with Pokeyen, because battle points are untradeable. So you have to either get them through doing E4 rematches or PvP or Battle Tower or something of the sort. So that's basically it for special type moves. And that's also basically it for this video. I really hope you guys liked this. I feel like it came out pretty well. I hope it was dense enough and informational, and I hope you guys just really enjoyed it. Please like this video if you did like it, and subscribe to me to show that support. You can also become a YouTube member to me by paying $5 a month, and that really supports me and motivates me to make more videos and try to help as many people as possible. And I would try to do that anyway, but if you want to do that, I do really appreciate it, and if you found this video to be helpful enough, I would appreciate it. You can also join the Discord linked below. Check out all of my playlists linked below. There's a ton of guides, information, PvP, etc., etc. Anything you want to learn about PokeMMO, I want you guys to be able to learn on this channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have an absolutely incredible day, and I wish you the best of luck in your PokeMMO journey.